Alright, welcome back to the Chain Pact Dynasty. This is episode number 9 of our recurring role-playing and lore-building dynasty game. Big things have happened last time. Big things have happened. The kingdom, as you may see, is very prosperous. It's having a great time. Or at least it was until someone decided that they had had enough. Some chief named Arni, PJ, decided that the king had become a tyrant. The king kind of proved him right by grabbing all the possessions from the two richest houses in the kingdom, and yeah, this is where we are now. From the reign of King Robin VI, we are now in the reign of King Arni the First. But before we get started, for those of you who are new around here and have no idea what we're doing, and for those of you who are recurring but still want to hear a good summary, I have a summary for you. I have, as always, a summary from our very dear That Which Lurks to let you know what happened previously in the Chain Pact Dynasty. In the reign of Chief King Robin VI, the Unbending, who ruled from 1070 to 1072. When beloved King Robin V, the Affable, died, a shared grieving for the defender of the realm was upset by riots. The nobles opposing commoners in the council took advantage to vote them out, while Prince Robin VI was hastily brought back from the front of the Crab War to be crowned. The council debated what the kingdom needed more: strength to fight magic-born monsters, or faith to rally around. Robin VI was a man of actions, not of words. The war and his calculating mother had taught him how opportunism could be key to victory, but newspapers often poked fun at how inept he was at justifying his hasty decisions. While he loved and was loved by commoners as much as his father, he wouldn't be much of a preacher. He chose to stay on the warpath. His mercenaries made short work of the beasts plaguing the north since Robin V. One of the things tried to get him in his own castle, but Robin VI swiftly jabbed a spear through his neck before it could pounce, to the awe of later storytellers. An autopsy showed the beast had been a guard, suggesting the monster were intelligent shapeshifters. Robin VI didn't dwell on the eerie implications, and he had to focus on his wedding to the Baroness Johanna Vaspier. She was clumsy and shy, but Robin and her bonded over a shared passion for hunting. The northern creatures were soon forgotten. The March grew the breadbasket of the Ninth, watered by a blessed healing spring, and built church factories churning out Caldevagan golems. Its tensions were solved as the faiths united to crush the reborn Stone Maiden. A famous ex-bandit thought about turning this might against the other regions, but they were too strong for this to work. However, the king's nephew, Chief Arni PJ, was gathering a following by claiming, questionably, that an ancient prophecy showed Robin VI would become a mad tyrant. His fate would be sealed by a boat race. Lord Patrician Bismarck Howitzer and Chief Raida Moonsong bet years of labor on such a contest. The kingdom enthralled followed its every twist and turn. Despite the council tilting the odds in favor of the patrician, the ships reached the finish line together. All turned to the king to settle who had lost. A devilish idea came to Robin. Arguably, both had lost, and the crown could legally seize the bets, valuing coins, as judged by his treasurer. Cruel, but this was a unique opportunity. He considered the mountains of gold involved, all the good it could bring the kingdom. His hands shook. In one verdict, Robin made paupers out of the two richest persons in the kingdom, and ruined any hopes patricians could have of indebting it. Commoners and nobles shared indignation over the bold theft. Multiple provinces declared independence. The liquidation of the Howitzer century-old Alexander's Trade Federation sent the markets reeling. The northern legend didn't seem so far-fetched anymore. Robin still hoped this would all blow over. The avowed patricians defeated a kraken sent by the crabs. The chiefs were paid to share their giant turnips with the kingdom. The realm was stable. Then came the night of frost. Under cover of an unnatural blizzard, a motley army descended on the capital. With a rare unity, the chiefs had allied with the oppressed werbeasts, the Ulthrandre, to end the royal dynasty. Helped by nobles from other regions, they had besieged the old gods for victory with a grand sacrifice of cattle. Now they rushed through the panicked and half-blind guards, straight for the chief king. Robin VI, the Unbending, fought bravely, but in vain. Eventually, an Ulthrandre put her fangs through his necks. For all his good intents, due to his haste and poor communication skills, Robin VI would be remembered as a greedy tyrant who threw the thriving kingdom into chaos. The Chain Pact was thought to have died with him. The future of the realm hung uncertain. And that is what happened last time in the Chain Pact Dynasty. Please give a big round of applause to the Average Slurs for providing this amazing freaking summary. These are so freaking good, as always. Thank you so much, Slurs. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, this was absolutely tragic. Thank you so much, Lurks. Awesome, that's it. Good one, everyone. Alright, with that out of the way, it's time for the coronation. Let's do the thing. Coronation time it is. Look at the treasure. Look at the treasure. Your Majesty, you may have won the throne from King Robin VI, but you must still answer to the council. As is tradition, they will decide what happens at your coronation. Yeah, let's get this over with. Shall we call the nobles in? We shall, but before we do, I should mention two things real quick. Tycho, first of all. No. Tycho High, first of all. Yeah, Tycho, who just arrived in chat. Can we please get a big round of applause and congratulations for Tycho, who got an internship abroad approved a few days ago? Freaking congrats, Tycho! That is freaking awesome, and I'm so proud of you, and you deserve this. Just so you know. Don't you think, I hope you didn't think that I would just let this pass. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you, Tycho. Of course, like, yeah. Of course. If that isn't creepy to ask. Yeah, congrats, Tycho. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy. Yeah, of course. Oh, hi, Kiwi. Yeah, Tycho mentioned this to me a few weeks ago, and was like, I should have gotten an answer by now. I don't know what that means. And finally, the results came through. They got it. I'm super proud. Surely Arni can be worse than Asgal. I don't think it's gonna be. So yeah, that was thing number one that I really cared to mention. Because, you know, I like to celebrate together with y'all. And thing number two, I just want to say that I really loved the RP that happened on Discord. I think the people involved were Kane, Marley, Morgrim, and Swede. About how, if you've missed this, there was a whole subplot that people were writing about that involved Edel, the court troll, helping save Robin VII, the baby. Edel helped sneak Robin VII out of the castle, out of the palace. That was so freaking cool. Lemon Skirt, welcome back. Yeah, Edel was just, that was amazing. Edel and a knight. Just a guy, another guy. My heart. The new job was chef. Yeah. Yeah, Edel helped Robin the 7th escape, and I thought that was just freaking lovely. That was just freaking lovely. Thank you for writing that. Alright, now with that out of the way... Wait, what? I'm doing better, Lemon Square, thank you. Edel is fired now? I think so, yeah. Yeah. I had an idea it was 10 times cooler and cuter, but because Edel appeared this round, I was unable to do it without breaking the lore. Oh! Oh my god. Edel raising the kid? Oh, that would have been amazing. Let's call the Noble Scene, though. You're here to play. Let's play. Let's do the thing. Hold a pagan northern ceremony. Proceed with a religious ceremony that honors the 9th god. I think Arni is going to allow the council to choose. Pretty straightforward. I think Arni is going to allow the council to choose. There you go. Edel and the Anthem are unacceptable losses. Oh my god, you could, kinda. Oh my god, you could. If you do, please do let us know. Because I'm gonna read the crap out of that. Alright. It's actually close. Look at the Chiefs. Why are the Chiefs who are voting for the Morgrim? And PJ are voting for tradition instead of pagan northern ceremony. Interesting. 9 to 12, this is actually really close, so I'm gonna be counting down from 5 and let you vote. In case you have not voted, this could still be overturned, so counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. The 2 patties, the 3 patties, Ephra, Lemon Square, and Slip this lap. Pirates, I say. Let's go. Throw the king into the river. So we are already putting Arni into tradition. It is decided the king will be thrown in the river. And so it begins. The nobles pick you up and carry you out to the Treadwater River, hurling you into the shallow water with a cheer. Right? How odd. When you climb back up the banks, soaking wet, the Chancellor steps forward and places the crown upon your head. Is it your imagination, or are some of the nobles stifling giggles? You're very welcome, Slippyslap. Now that I have a crown on my head, let me wear something a little bit warmer. Wait a second. Let me wear the cozy thing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you, DJ. This is like super freaking cozy. I love it. The royal coat. Pretty much, right? Yeah, the sweater. Yep. No. It's just this. It's just this. Yeah, it could be misunderstood. No, it's just the usual thing. The usual cozy thing. It's almost time to get rid of this, because, you know, the warmer season is coming, but not yet, apparently. So now... Oh, thank you, Lemon Square. Let me do council introduction, and then I'm gonna tell you what this man is thinking. Washing bugs. Yeah, I'm no singing tonight. So let's go with the council introduction. You did it! You seized the throne! We showed him what the chiefs could do, didn't we? Lizzo, I hadn't seen you. Hello and welcome. Glad to make your acquaintance. I love. You know, I never realized how that specific tattoo looks really well with freckles. Cheers to you. Now just remember which side of your bread is buttered. You answer to us. Got it? What if I go in for the good of the whole kingdom instead? That's not what we agreed. We put that crown on your head. Don't make us take it away. Now introduce yourself to the rest of the council. But don't forget what I told you today. Alright. They got a tattoo pointed at them. That's a great point, Dragon Pit. So let me introduce myself to the patricians and the barons. And we have Sleep this lap. A pleasure, your august majesty. I hope to see our kingdom prosper and grow wealthy under your reign. Thank you. And the barons. The noble house constantly endeavors to continue its old age loyalty to the rightful monarch, much as we always have and always will. Long live the king. I have a word. Yeah, I need to have a word with you. Don't go. Hail and well met, my liege. Under your leadership, we'll whip this kingdom into shape, huh? Yodamta, we will. And with that, the introductions are done. Stalwart House Tyne shall continue to do our duty, as our loyalty shall always be to the kingdom and to the rightful monarch, for heavy is the head that wears the crown. Yeah, I need to have a word with you too, so don't go. Stick around, please. The council hall immediately fills with raised voices. Meanwhile, what do you think? Will he be a good little king and do as he's told? Too early to tell, but I have a bad feeling. We should have a backup plan just in case. Look at the Jewy here, jumping into the lore. Yeah, that's you. Alright. It is I, the great Sleepless Lap, and I will help you spend the gold you're hoarding. I appreciate it. Thank you. So, now that we have a crown, and that we have introduced ourselves to the council, let me tell you how this is gonna work. Let me tell you how this is going to work. First of all, Cornelia trainers come from Phil. Oh, okay. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Lizzo. We basically only do this kind of stuff around here, so. So let me tell you. First of all, the Arni's issues were not with the Chain Pact per se. Arni's issues were with the tyrant that was prophesied. King Israel, that's very reasonable, and I think I can do that. Thank you. So Arni's issues were with the tyrant, with Robin the Sixth, prophesied by the prophecy. You know, my issue was with the tyrant. I care not for his laws. So all the Arni legitimately believes they overthrew a tyrant? Yes. Yes, he does. He's strongly against the tyrants. Strongly against the tyrants. Arni has heard about petitions of people asking for personal matters not being included into council discussions, and I think that's a reasonable option. He's gonna try to stick with it until things get dire. If issues become serious, he's going to step in, but he's going to give more autonomy to the nobles to sort out their own issues. And now, what about the independents? I see some communications from the independents. So, independents, I have a few words for you. You have left the kingdom due to the misrule of Robin the Sixth. You saw what Robin the Sixth was doing and left the kingdom. It was in front of everybody's eyes, right? You left immediately the moment you disagreed with Robin the Sixth rule. The way I see it, that is cowardice. You could have fought to right the king's wrongs, but you chose to flee. But cowardice can be forgiven. I'm not here to judge you. In a moment like this, after the fall of a tyrant, the kingdom must stay united. We shouldn't fight. War can be avoided. You should rejoin the kingdom. Now, swear fealty to the crown. Your grudge was against the previous king, not against this king. Rejoin the kingdom now, and war can be avoided. But if you don't, there will have to be retaliation. I like this king, I'm back with him. That's my speech to you, independents. Myth Republic wishes the crown well. Wait, let me read that. Even if we will not rejoin the kingdom, we will not wish ill upon it. We hold no lands upon the continent. We built our colonies. We will not return. The thing is, the colonies belong to the kingdom. The colonies belong to the kingdom. So, what I just said works both for people on the continent and for people in the colonies. Zarius the Zombie, welcome back. And thank you for joining. Seems strong, I admire that. It's confident. Yeah, you made your point clear. I hope I made my point clear. He's not mad, he's disappointed. Yeah, right? Alexander shall never bow. Okay, yeah. I mean... oh, give me a second. Let me see what y'all are saying in chat. The problem is Church colonies are incapable of any trade with Church without the kingdom being the middle trader. You think the thing on turn 3 on Friday would turn spicy given what may happen this stream? I don't know what you mean by that. By the thing. You're wrong, Arni. My grudge is against everyone and more should not be avoided but embraced. Within the independents living the kingdom, the vast majority of the anti-piracy forces have left, and with the size of your treasure, you are bound to see as easy pickings by the horde. Well, yeah, that's the thing I wanted to mention too. First of all, there's still 7 military for the patricians here, which is kind of a lot. And imagine this as... So, if 2 of the main houses left, first, it doesn't mean that they probably weren't able to leave with all their ships, because that was partly kingdom's property. But even if, let's assume that they left with everything they had, you have to think about this as the things that you see on screen are not necessarily all the things that the kingdom has at its disposals. Like in the best example that I can give is if you think about the playtest we do on Fridays, right? I mentioned this at the start of the playtest. Let's say that House Rasuna has an infantry unit in their province, and only that. That doesn't mean that they only have 1 platoon of infantry. They may have 10, but that's the only relevant infantry platoon. And that's the same thing with the Crown Lands, I would say. They're still fleets. Yeah, it's been weakened, but they're still fleets. Considerable fleets. There's going to be weaker than before, so yeah, there's going to be more susceptible to attacks, but I don't think they're going to be like sitting ducks. Everyone stop talking. These Arni's actually pretty cool. I'm glad you think that. Yeah, that was clever. Oh wait, are you an independent too, PJ? Because I might have to pursue you too. So the independents so far that I know are Alexander's, Mithril, Rasuna, Risk Player, Is Clan PJ independent too? I'm thinking of a solution on Rizuna's part. I will send you after I'm done. Of course. Explicitly stated House Consi to control my battle group for that lure point. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. I remember that. Seems I badly misjudged you. My apologies. While your blood may not be purple, if you'll forgive the pun, so long as you abide by the trade and betrothal tradition of the pact, you have nothing to fear from House Doom. As I said earlier, I care not for... I don't think that the king would express an opinion, yeah? Did you see my letters? Which ones? Tactics? What tactics? Thank you for the BD series. I swear my loyalty to you, my nephew, King Arni. Okay, PJ is not independent. That's great. There's no power in the sea that's going to be able to raid the treasury. Yo, they have claimed independence, Shining Quirks. Yeah. And greetings from Alexander's. Oh yeah, I saw that. Nothing new. Oh, don't worry, Livonian guy. Okay, so military, Navi tactics. If you've been watching the playtests, you know the answer to that. Otherwise, go read the rules. Oh yeah, true, shiny words. So one last thing about the independence. So the independence. You are encouraged to join the kingdom again, otherwise there will be retaliation. And for those of you who are over-insured, if you entertain diplomatic relationships of any kind that do not follow the Crown's agenda with the independents, you will be considered traitors. Keep that in mind. So, where were we? Where were we? What is the Crown's policy of relations with independents? If they don't join back, they will be forced to. As I said, there doesn't need to be war. War can be avoided. The kingdom must stay united in this moment of weakness. You should... What practical effect does having a traitor have? You'll see. Let me adjust lights, because Clara needs sleep. Alright. It'll mostly have, I can't trade with them. I mean, the thing is, yeah, it's, in RP it would be something like ostracizing them. Yeah, I know. It's gonna, so what happens is gonna depend a lot on what events come up and how things shape up. So I don't have an answer for you asking, hey, what's gonna happen? It's gonna depend on, I have a few ideas, but it's gonna depend on what events come up and how they are. Are there VODs of your streams accessible anywhere, or are they just lost forever after 14 days? I take highlights of almost every stream I do. So if you don't find a previous stream, look in the highlights. Okay. If Arni dies, do these laws will stay in effect? I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Alright. I hope I made myself clear. The Risk Player Republic was talking about coming back into the flock. They will be welcome to at any point in time. Let's continue. Your Majesty, the history books do not look kindly upon usurpers, unless of course they prove themselves worthy of the throne they have stolen. When you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? But I hope that was clear. for those unsure. For those two people specifically who were at court and said they would be loyal and support the crown. I hope that was clear. A peacekeeper indeed. Yep. A peacekeeper indeed. I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving the kingdom's stability as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. Alright, yeah, no, I was asking specifically to Marley and Swede, since they had that little sketch of coming up and saying they were loyal. Yeah, I had hair once. Rudolph of the Aid of the Bubble bloodline, infamous marcher hunter, stands before a blazing hearth, shouting and swearing. When have the Barons of the March back down from a fight? Never! I know you'll do whatever it takes to put me, your rightful king, on the throne. Dear Barons of the March, how do you want to try to overthrow the king? Do you want to use subterfuge trying to lower stability? Do you want to intimidate the king trying to raise stability? Or do you want to use gunpowder trying to lower authority? Feels weird not having a voice in this. Oh, you chose this. King Arni broke the law of the mandates, but since he's a usurper, he can simply reject the law. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. So what do the Barons want to do? Gunpowder looks okay. It looks like it's gonna be gunpowder. Hey, Pinky Mooney, I hadn't seen you. Andy Eumenes too. Welcome, welcome. Traditional Greys, welcome back. All right. Gunpowder it is. Count it down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Aid the bubble. Claimant was Aid the bubble. The Republic of Kurth has this substance called gunpowder. With enough of that, the Barons could take over the kingdom. Of course, a sensible king would never allow one region to hoard such a thing. To do so secretly, the Barons must ensure their trading partners don't fear the king's wrath. To advance their scheme, they must lower authority to 4 or less in 2 seasons. The new kid on the block, yeah. Hi, Traditional Grace, how you doing? Mickey Mounier, happy to be back. Job search has been a grind. God, I feel you. I hope it's been going well. Finn of the Exocor clan, legendary northern troublemaker, stands precariously in a longhouse crossbeam, spitting as they speak. Morgana is with us. Arni now sits the throne and the chiefs are in charge, but the other regions will already be scheming to depose him. Do we stay loyal to the new king or cut our losses and put me on the throne instead? Chiefs of the north, what do you want to do? Do you want to be a loyalist and aid the king? Do you want to try to find a doppelganger and get the lowest defiance? Or do you want to follow Hornblower and lower all faith? So, are you with or against Arni? Breaking news! The new king is declared. His coronation would be one of tradition, being thrown in the river. Perhaps this is a sign that this new king will push away from his fellow chiefs. The new king is against the independents who rightfully left the kingdom, willing them to rejoin and threatening if they don't. The king decides on how he wishes to run his kingdom, declaring that his kingdom shall be stable and peaceful. Brought to you by an unnamed writer. But the weather is gross, hail and snow. Oh god, that sucks so much. Do you support the Chain Pact? Your answer may change the support you get from certain nobles. I don't care for the Chain Pact. I don't care for the Chain Pact. I let my actions speak for me. I don't care for the Chain Pact. I mean, I don't care for the tyrant's laws, is how I would answer it. And it is loyalist. That settles it then. Long live the king, may he bring glory to Morgana. But we can always change our minds. If Arni ever gets out of line, we can take up arms and get rid of him the old-fashioned way. The chief's goal is to aid the king by countering the other region's schemes as much as they can. And finally we have the patricians. Alex of the Lelkatlan Hentes family, powerful navy admiral, scribbles with a well-used quill and hardwood desk, muttering in frustration. Fellow patricians of the coast, my claim to the throne is far more legitimate than that of King Arni. Something must be done. Patricians of the coast, what do you want to do in relation to the king? Do you want to look for sorcery and ask for the help of a wizard trying to raise authority? Do you want to get monopoly and trying to raise your own trade? Or do you want to spread corruption and lower authority? Huh? What do you want to do, patricians? What do you want to do? Not Monopoly? I guess why not Monopoly? I'm going to be counting down from 5 here. It's a tie currently, so if you're a patrician and you have not voted, vote now. Counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Robin VI had a child, yes. Monopoly it is. The patricians plan to privatize this entire dang kingdom. First, they must build up their industry. To advance their scheme, the patricians must raise their trade to 5 or more in 4 seasons. Oh, they both lower treasury, goddammit. Alright. Alright. So we have a distant cousin, a false pretender, and an embittered step sibling. So the chief's claimant is not a parent, the other two are. Okay. Okay. We definitely do call for unity here. And no golden choice. Because we are not corrupt. Unlike the previous tyrant. The Chosen of Valter. Let's take a look at this. Hail, Lord Render, and this is PJ, Chosen of Valter, the Night of Frost is over. You have seized the throne just as the prophecy foretold. The snow in the streets is melting. Soon things will be back to normal in the capital, but one last part of the prophecy remains. You must return Torgeir Halbjorn's legendary axe to the north. It was stolen from us by King Arl the Great during his conquest of the clans. It belongs up in the halls of Eurus, not in the palace vaults, as another dusty relic. No, Your Esteemed Highness, you mustn't. The axe was given to King Arl as a symbol of the chief's submission to the throne. To return it would fan the flames of northern independence. This is your destiny. This is why you took the throne. Well? Well? Set up a timeshare. Yeah, why is that a thing? Because this game is silly. I mean... Oh, Jesus, Ethan! Ethan, thank you so much! Welcome! Damn it, I wasn't expecting that. Holy crap, 1000 bits. Thank you so much, Ethan. That's incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much. I'm late. Oh, I saw you now. Okay, hi. Welcome. You're forgiven for being late. And thank you so much. For real. For real. You have no idea how much this helps right now. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Did you for the badge? That's great. Still very kind of you. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, it's more insulting to do the timeshare, I agree. It's a cool badge, by the way, I agree. Alright, let's go. Veto A. I'm kind of tempted to veto B here. So I think what I'm gonna do is call for unity. I think we should send it back. But I'm gonna call for unity. Yeah, this is not about independence, really. It's more about, you know, sending a message. You must keep to Arl's pledge. I kind of agree. I get like... The fact is that Arni really believes in the prophecy. Really believes in the prophecy, so... Alright. Shinyverse, thank you so much for joining. Looks like it's gonna be C. I'm gonna be counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Alright. Let's have a timeshare. You strike a compromise. The axe shall spend its winters in the north and will return to the palace for summer. By Morgana's cauldron, I never thought Valor's ancient prophecy would end in a timeshare agreement. Perhaps we read the signs wrong. Unfortunately, on its first journey north, it gets lost in a river crossing. The chiefs are devastated and the peasants take it as a dire omen. Well, we're fucked. We're absolutely fucked. We're fucked. We are fucked. Yeah, the rain is doomed. Yep. Yeah, the rain is doomed. Yep. Yeah, I think that Arni is legitimately concerned now. Well, let's take a look at the theft. This sounds like a personal issue. Bomb viewer, Your Majesty, this is an outrage. I demand justice. Last week, Chief Northwind shook my hand as a supposed show of reconciliation and stole my family's lucky ring in the process. Mother of Mountains, nonsense. Rummage through your drawers and I'm sure you'll find the thing. My liege of food has stood between our families for centuries. Northwind's ancestors hexed my family with the curse of Morgana, turning every second daughter's hair bright blue. It's cool, actually. That's because his ancestors poisoned our well and killed half our household. You know, I see a big difference in intensity here. Enough! I know Northwind stole my priceless ring. It brings in March great luck and bounty, and my dear nephew is to wear it when he marries. Leave the squabbling nobles to deal with the situation themselves. That would probably be what I do, right? Red versus blue. Ah, I would leave the squabbling nobles to deal with the situation themselves. Always taking what isn't theirs. Wow. Wow. Prejudice. Should have probably vetoed the timeshare now that I think about it. That was silly. And forced the council to make a decision. That one time. Oh, this is close. 13 to 11. No way. 14 to 11. Counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Alright, 14 to 11 it is. Oh, very close, y'all. Very close. A little bit too late. Send the Chancellor to investigate. Bomb viewer thanks you profusely, but the chiefs are furious that the accusations are being taken seriously. You order the Chancellor to search Northwind's home for this special ring. Goodness? Me? I do enjoy tales about such mysteries. I shall do my best. Yeah. Yeah, losing goodwill. That's a good way to put it. Which the advisors are the same ones? I would say everyone but the treasurer. I would say everyone but the treasurer. Don't worry, Slippery Slap. Because the treasurer was probably seen as the... Oh no! Oh no! Oh, of course, if they wanted to go. Yeah, Knut is probably not working. Yeah, that's a good point. Let's do this. Hello, Madge. Wait, you're not King Robin the Sixth. They never told me someone new was taking over. It's just typical. Always leaving that a lot of things just because it's a trolldom folk. Who are you? What did you do with Robin the Sixth? Your Majesty, get behind me! Oh, don't bother yourself. I was just leaving. Now that Robin the Sixth is gone, no one wants me here anyway. No! He lumbers out of the room in a huff, pushing past the marshal on his way. I'm so sorry, I forgot to warn you about him. The old king kept him around as his cook. Ninth only knows why. This is the worst first three events I ever had. This is the worst. Seemed friendly enough. True, but it could have been much worse. What if an assassin had got in, or a less friendly troll? There should have been guards at your door. Of course you can click. The Palace Watcher are incompetent fools as always. You need a real honor guard to keep you safe. Oh, look at this. There's a little mistake here. Kill the marshal. Yeah, this is why I'm drinking. That makes sense. I mean, I've made my decision here. I of course don't trust people from other regions, so I'm going to go for the Northern Warriors. I will make the arrangements at once. I hope you have a great idea. Okay. The warrior heroes arrive a few weeks later. They swagger in with big grins and bigger axes, belching and singing and roaring out unsavory jokes. One of your courtiers feigns. Okay. Okay. And season. Oh, auction time. Auction time. Yeah, the ships control the honor guard now. Yep. Auction time, you know what to do. Start the auction, exclamation mark fund, followed by the letter of the building you want to fund, followed by the amount of money you want to spend. Your options are lowering military for the barons with A, lowering authority with B, raising stability with C, which would be great, lowering stability with D, raising farming for the patricians with E, which would be great, and lowering authority with F, which would be even better. So my picks would be C and F, but it's up to you. It's up to you. C and F, probably. Yeah, no cathedrals. No cathedrals. Thank you, Sirius. How much what? This is beyond my pay grade. Yeah, I know. Oh my god, I forgot to tell you how much time there was. 10 seconds, now. I forgot. Sorry. I forgot. Alright, that was it. Yeah, a little too late for the snipe. So we get Astral Projectile and Sir Sleepy's Lap. Wow. Finding a stadium and a theater. The Sleepless Lap just being chaotic here. Yeah, there we go. Was that an arena? Yes, it was. Searching for the ring, a petitioner from afar. Oh. That might have been lag, Yodamta, I'm sorry. Who claimed it? Lemon Square. Lemon Square? Where are you? There you are. Look at that beard! Who's this handsome guy? Yeah, no romance, unfortunately. Breaking news, the king decides to attempt to share a northern relic between the two. But they fail and the ring gets lost, the foolish king. The axe gets lost, actually. The council puts the chancellor to investigate the successful north. We can find both the king and North's back, hoping to find a stolen ring. The king gets rid of the old cook, a beloved troll folk named Edel. In trying to uphold his image, the king hires the north as his guards. Brought to you by an unnamed writer. I actually wanted to keep, like, probably Arni asked Edel if he wanted to stay. But, oh, thank you, Lemon Square. I'm gonna just give it the quickest snippet. Boom, there you go. It looks pretty cool. But usually I ask you to redeem the thing. So let's start with the ring. Your Majesty, I found Baron Bomviewer's ring, but the situation is delicate. Chief Northwind's nephew has it, because Bomviewer's nephew used it to propose to him. My guardian Northwind doesn't understand true love. My dear Felix and I are meant to be together, feud or no. Is that real, Morgrim? Yeah, diversity win here. All we want is a quiet life, a little garden, a flock of geese, 20 acres of land or so. Wait, you redeemed the display thing series? With channel points? Yeah, Pride Month. Came late actually, it's autumn. Yeah. No one knows about these rumors yet, but tensions are high. Both regions are using the feud to fuel a full-on rivalry between barons and chiefs. I might do that, slip this lap. Publicly bless the couple's union. Provide a dowry to soothe the noble's feelings on the matter. We could do that. Publicly forbid the... Oh, how much cash do I have? Serious, you have... 1800. 1800. Thank you for reminding me. And thank you for the bid. The Dawn of Spring faction has decided to support Rudolf of the Marsh in his attempt to take the throne. How close was the vote? I wanna know. So, as I said... So, this is a situation in which the king cannot be neutral. So I'm going to use the opportunity to encourage peace, as I mentioned. When the announcement is made that the king formally blesses the couple with the upcoming marriage of Felix and Egil, the cash soothes their guardian's feelings. As wedding preparations begin, the story of the love-struck couple catches the imagination of the Marcher peasants, work together to make a huge cornucopia as a wedding gift. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know. Morgrim. Huh. This is outrageous. I know. 5 in favor. Wait, it just dropped to 4. And a petitioner from afar. Your Majesty, there is a petitioner here to see you today. We're not exactly sure where she's from. What does she want? You'll see soon enough, Your Majesty. Greetings, Your Majesty. My name is Orid. I have a proposition for you. Tell me more about this proposition. Wait, who are you exactly? I'm but humble ship's captain, once of great renown. Not a pirate, then? No, Your Majesty. Never would I countenance the thought. Tell me more about this proposition. 3 ships are docked in a harbor to the west. Their hulls are packed to the gills with muskets and gunpowder. They each boast a full battery of cannons. They're all yours in return for a small favor. And what is this favor? I only wish to stay in this kingdom with your blessing and protection. I can show your soldiers how to use the weapons, of course, to avoid any accidents. Alright, what did you do? I don't know what you mean, Your Majesty. I simply wish to keep my dealings private. You will forgive me, I hope. Okay. Okay. We won't take her as prisoner. We will not take her as prisoner. Can we get ban Raphael, please? Yeah. Thank you, Lurks. Thank you so much. Of course, almost unanimously, of course. Reaper, I understand your vote. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, there was a bot. You do. Was it your first one, Lurks? Alright, looks very clear. Sleepless Lap, I'm glad you can still attend council. I think so. I'm sorry you had to do it. I'm sorry you had to do it. If it can be you know, of comfort to you, bots have no blood. So there's really nothing on your hands right now. Thank you. Arni and her weapons prove most useful in the coming months. She and her crew train your officers as promised. Or it demonstrates by puncturing a metal breastplate at 500 yards. The council clearly made the right decision. She said gunpowder, how could I refuse? Yeah, right, that's great. Your Majesty, it's important to find his spouse sooner rather than later. I'll take the liberty of finding eligible candidates. What is your preference, men, women, or do you not mind? I think Arni wants ladies. Thank you, Your Majesty. I'll send out messengers to see the most influential noble families in the kingdom. Let's see what they have to offer. It's an easy enough decision. You'll marry into the chiefs as we agreed before you took the throne, right? Right? Okay. Amidst dark and foreboding forests, a small squat castle stands watch over the Marcher border. There, at the end of the kingdom, a plot is hatching. Look here, our first shipment from Kurth. Kane, what the are you doing here? Also, I love that you aged Kane a little bit. Pinky Monnier. Incredible, may I see inside? Careful with that torch, you fool. You'll blast to smithereens. So this is the fabled black powder. Incredibly powerful, but we'll need much, much more to put you on the throne. For the next stage of the Baron scheme, they must raise their trade to 5 or more in 4 seasons. Yeah, fresh delivery from Orid, yeah. Been a lot of bots lately in Discord in general. I had a lot of incoming bots in another server. Good to know, thank you for the heads up. Alright, tax time. Tax time. I think it's cruel tax, right? I'm kidding. I am obviously kidding. That would be funny, right? I'm thinking of doing a bribe as a way to redistribute the tyrant's money, you know? I think I'm gonna do it as a one-off. Yeah, that makes sense. That would be something that Arni would be positive to in doing. Also, it's a nice, neat number here. Let's do that. It's a sign of reconciliation, right? Of yeah, a one-time bribe as a way to redistribute some of the tyrant's gold. Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. I think doing it every time would be abusing this huge treasury. That's why. Mainly gameplay reason. Like, I don't want to be... Like, I think that being able to bribe every turn is really powerful in discouraging rebellions, and I don't think I want to skew the game that way. So, a one time as a symbolic gesture. Like, don't worry, this gold is gonna go down real quick. Trust me. It'll ask for emergencies. Oh, don't worry, like, we're gonna be spending... Trust me, like, it took me less than one session to spend 10,000 gold, and I was being conservative, so... The happy couple? Oh, right, let's do that. Your Majesty, the couple from the March and the North are here to speak to the council. Oh, Your Majesty, you've brought us so much joy. I can't believe I finally get to be with my Egil. But it's not all good. We wanted to get married and start a farm together, enjoy some peace and quiet for a change. All we need is each other and a few adorable animals, and the wedding would be tiny, 300-400 people at most. But of course one of you are in Northwind who refused to give us anything. Please, Your Majesty, help us just once more. Oh. Oh, that's cool. I can just send them somewhere? Oh, I gotta send them to the coast. I'm gonna send them to the freaking coast. Egil. Yeah. So, what I'm gonna do is actually veto this. I'd like to choose. Yeah. There you go. Send them to Alexander's. Yeah, as hostages? Sure. Sure. Alright. The coast seems to be winning here. Of course Northwind wouldn't want to get them. It looks pretty clear that it's gonna be the coast. I'm gonna be counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Yeah, it's the coast. It's definitely the coast. Few nobles want their relatives to become humble farmers, especially if it's because of a whirlwind romance with someone of a rival lineage. Neither the barons nor the chiefs are happy, but the patricians welcome them eagerly, even giving them some scrubby land to live on. It turns out the lovers have a knack for wilderness life, helped along by the lucky ring, and they quickly cultivate a thriving farm that brings prosperity to the area. Felix and Egil even named their first child after the king. Little Arni grows up peacefully in the country, far away from the feuding families. Mwah! It's a very stable kingdom. Let me do eligible options first. No, let me do a private exchange first. The Kurth captain that you allowed to stay in the capital, the one who traded these weapons, she has been the cause of some concern. Nobles have complained that she has been rude and confrontational. She does not know royal etiquette after all. Or some suspect her of being a Kurth spy. Very well, I'll have a word. You find Orange pacing in the halls far from her assigned chambers. I heard you were causing trouble. And where did you hear that? It doesn't matter. I just have a lot to ponder. I'm the king. Surely I can do something. She studies you for a moment, then shakes her head. I appreciate the offer, Your Majesty, but I must deal with this myself. Please excuse me. She walks away without another word, leaving you to ponder her secrets. Okay, that's how it goes. And now let's do eligible options. And I have a question for y'all. I found 3 potential matches for you, 1 eligible young woman from each of the kingdom's 3 regions. Choose wisely, you'll be secure in a powerful alliance. So... Good point, Hesperus. Yes, I know. The Chancellor leads you to the Great Hall, where there are arranged 3 portraits on easels, for now each is covered by cloth. Let's see the eligible bachelorettes. Donny-ho, welcome back and thank you for joining. So, yeah, the unapproved rules, you mean, yes. My questions for you is... I'm actually going to ask this after we see the three claimants. Because I don't want to spoil this. They whisk away the cloth from the first portrait. This is Frida, firstborn daughter of the northern Morgrim clan. Morgrimmon clan. She's been a melancholy sort ever since she was a child, but otherwise she's decent enough company. Interesting. She works through her sadness on the battlefield, going into berserk rages. She's an incredibly determined person by all accounts, gets up at the crack of dawn each morning, and goes for a swim in a frozen lake. She sounds pretty cool. Not gonna lie. I can see the appeal. From the coast we have Dominica, the wealthy heiress to Lord Patrician Shinycork's estate. I mean, just look at her, she's gorgeous. And apparently she's got a silver tongue too. She loves to go hunting, which isn't a common hobby among the patricians. There was also a scandal recently where she was publicly critical of the church. Nothing came of it. Okay. I like the sound of her. And finally we have the March's offering, Johanna, scion of the prestigious, that which lurks bloodline. And you can be sure she'll tell you all about how prestigious her bloodline is. She's a zealous follower of the ninth god, able to quote scripture backwards and forwards, and at volume. When she's not popular with the peasantry, something about her sets their teeth on edge. Okay, sounds like a laugh. So, this is tough. This is tough. Wasn't that the former queen? No. I don't think so, no. Yeah, that's my daughter, right? Marry a peasant. Yeah, sure. Show me Frida again, real quick. Melancholy. Through her sadness on the battlefield, going into berserker rages, she's an incredibly driven person. She's pretty cool. She's pretty cool. I've made my decision. I've made my decision. Yeah, they just share the same name. Frida's pretty cool, right? It waits with anticipation. The thing is, what would the Chain Pact dictate the monarch marries here? Huh? I think it's barons, right? Johanna. You would say Johanna, March. Okay. Chain Pact would mandate Baron. A Baron it is. Excellent. I'll make the arrangements. Wait. Wait, what? End season. Could it be that Arni realized things were going wrong and set out to re-establish the pact? No. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna let you guess. Arni hasn't said a word on the Chain Pact except I don't care for the Tyrant's laws. I have nothing to say on the Tyrant's laws. There goes the entire Dawn of Spring plot. Arni's pretty cool. End the season. Well, guys, now what? Deep in the back rooms of the royal palace, the northern chiefs are poring over secret letters and scribbled diagrams. On the wall is a corkboard filled with pins and crisscrossed like colored strings. Done with the king, will restore the Chain Pact. And then Arni half restores the Chain Pact? Maybe, right? Yeah, Arni is a smart boy. The king has finally found a match, even if it isn't who we had hoped. Now he just needs to get on with the wedding. Oh, no, Arni hates tyrants. Hey, and then get on with the baby making. My spies have intercepted Kurth merchants bound for the march. They're doing illicit business right under the king's nose. The question is, what are they trading? Then we've got to keep up our efforts. King Arni isn't going anywhere on our watch. The chiefs must continue to aid the king by countering the other region's schemes. They will win the game if the king produces an heir and completes his ambition. All right. This is it. This is what we do. Yeah, you have gunpowder. That's true. That's true. A paper full of news. God damn it. So we're gonna do that last, I think. The bounty hunters. Your Majesty, these good folks are bounty hunters representing the Republic of Kurth. They say. King Arni, we greet you humbly. How may I help you? We're searching for someone, a fugitive you might say. Last we heard, she went by the name Orid. What kind of fugitive is she? The ships under her command are property of the Republic of Kurth, as is their cargo. I'm afraid she's under my protection. As we feared. Still, perhaps we can work out a deal? It could be Kingdom Lore or Town Square aid the bubble. The Grand Pensionary of Kurth is offering a large bounty for the return of this woman, and we are sure that an esteemed king such as yourself would not risk drawing Kurth's ire. As proof of our goodwill, we will even allow you to keep the firearms that were stolen. Okay. Oh, this is a vote? I'm going to call for unity on this one. Absolutely. Oh, you are supposed to make a thread in Noble's lore, Livonian guy. If you go to Noble's lore and take a look at the threads, you're gonna see everybody's threads with their own Noble lore. That's where. Let me know if you need more help. Discreetly pay the hunters. Okay. I'm fine with that. Looks like that's gonna be the winner. Gonna be counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Alright. We pay the bounty hunters. The bounty hunters do not take long to consider your offer. They return to Kurth with the head of a nameless prisoner. We hope officials back in the Republic will be none the wiser. Ord decides to stay in the kingdom, offering her advisory services to your navy as payment for sparing her. Look at this freaking kingdom. The royal wedding, of course, so we got the newspapers to gossip a little bit about us. Your wedding to Johanna is naturally the talk of the kingdom for a week and a day. The capital is one giant party. It feels like you're the only one taking part. Instead, you're getting ready for the ceremony. Soon enough, you're standing in St. Bertrand's Cathedral, with Johanna at your side. Do you take this woman as your lawfully wedded wife? Of course I do. Then I pronounce you king and wife. After the wedding, of course, there is a feast, and after the feast, a dance. At the feast, your new wife, Johanna, delivers a long, rambling speech that puts everyone to sleep. 3 seasons. By the time you find yourself alone with Johanna, it's past midnight, and you've never felt more tired. What a wonderful occasion that was. This is the real bedroom, is it? I thought it would be bigger. My bed chamber back at home is much better appointed than this. Let's focus on the positives, shall we? Oh, don't worry, I always make the best of things. It can be tough being as gracious as I am. Johanna, you are the worst. Tell me something about yourself. I get that that's how you work. I'm just a humble follower of the Ninth God's teachings, and everywhere I look, I'm surrounded by sinners and heathens. I can't wait to laugh at them from the thereafter. I've married another twit, yes. Well, I have never been more offended in all my life. Johanna pulls away from you and retreats to the spare bedchamber, slamming the door. You're left feeling a little depressed and dreading what married life will bring. Yeah, Johanna is quite something. We're not off to a good start. I mean, come on. Come on. A paper full of news. Can she be the worst when glory is real? Look at these, your majesty. The chancellor holds up a wad of paper. On the front is printed the Daily Squawk, along with a dense block of text. They're calling it a paper of news because everything that's written in it is new. It's like a little town crier made of parchment. What an intriguing idea. Indeed, if you look, it even has little picture stories in the back pages. How droll. The paper of news quickly takes the kingdom by storm. It seems everyone is reading it. Feels like men who don't lose their axes and treacherous rivers. Soon enough, there are even competitor papers, and you're being asked to give an interview. Don't do it, my liege. This is beneath the dignity of your office. Okay. Well. What would Arni do here? I think he would go with it. I think he would go with it. I think he would go with it. He respects the peasants. I think he would go with it, yes. He respects the peasants and cares about them enough that he would be willing. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes. So how's the dawn of spring coming? Looks like it's gonna be C. Let's go. Let's see how that goes. Can we rebel for that? Maybe. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Is he a bad husband or is Johanna a bad wife? Or are they just a bad couple? You've never had a conversation like this with the commoner before. The journalists keep actually asking difficult questions. To your face! The Daily Squawk is a good name. How'd you respond? Yeah, he does it. Let me address your question in detail. You talk at length about your justifications for your actions, while the journalist takes copious notes. It's probably just like giving a manifesto, you know? Yes. The prefix has to be in square brackets, CHN, all capital letters. That's the only thing, because that indicates that the character refers to this dynasty. Yeah, let's see how he does. Once the interview is over, all you can do is wait for the article to come out the next day. Is this still a cursed kingdom like in the first turn? Only one question, why'd you do it? He would probably go and explain his reason very, very in depth. Dawn of Spring never anticipated the guy who seized power with pagan magic and a werewolf army to be such a savvy politician. Crisis is the word. I've staked my house's fate on this rebellion. Wow! 80% chance. Imagine it fails. It can fail. Let's see. It's good! To your relief, the interview is good. Great even. Everything you said makes sense. Robin the Sixth was a tyrant. It's good that he's gone. And the journalist puts you in a good light. Even the nobles take the article at face value, and the newspaper goes on to be the fastest selling newspaper in history, which is easy enough since they've only been around for a few months. From this point on, you'll be worried about journalists covering your every move, but at least you've started out on the right foot. Well, that's good. Let's go. In a dingy seaside tavern, two patricians of the coast meet to plot their latest scheme. Ephra, the coast's economy has never been better. We're making more money than I know what to do with. Money breeds money. I've made a series of investments to improve our profits even more, but what do we do with all the rest of this gold? Livonian guy. That's a cool freaking portrait. I like it. Great combination of hair, beard, glasses, good stuff. Yeah, Robin did what he had to do, that's true. Time to start buying things, of course. Land, roads, bridges, we'll buy up the whole kingdom piece by piece. But first, the king must be in desperate need of our gold. Wow, King Arni is amazing, right? Yeah. To advance their scheme, the patricians must wait next time. Except the tan should be lighter. I really like it that way too, to be quite honest. Alright, let's go. I mean, they have to hope. Yeah, I don't think they are. Anyway. The rewards of prosperity. So. I see an oh shit in chat, and I think it was aimed at this event. Yeah, Paddies must pray for a miracle. The Impus in the army were all bring good news. Attack from curse to my state have been finally seized. Finally able to move back towards the kingdom. That's great. That's fantastic. Thank you. Thank you, Ephra. So, did you really think that with such high treasury this event would not pop up? Did you really think that I hadn't thought of this? Silly you. Silly you. Your Majesty, I have an idea. The best since lined parchment, I dare say. I'll be Bach and I'll be Mozart. Smart. I'm smart sometimes. Yeah. An expedition to Chur. That's a brilliant idea, my dear treasurer. Ha! I thought you'd agree. I might have predicted this. You have a lot of wealth at the moment, Your Highness. It's just sitting around collecting dust. Why not make a sound investment and send explorers to Chur? Sure. Who knows what they might find? Treasure, rare materials, ancient history, new disease. She's a bit too animated when she says the word disease. That sounds like a fine idea. Her eyes light up from behind the spectacles. Wonderful news, I shall make preparations immediately. Expect a brief on your desk very soon. Let's talk about this next season. Is it frogs? Are we having frogs here? Are we lagging? We lagging? Are we good? We're lagging very much. Okay. This is on Twitch side though, not me. Have a good night, Ephra, and good luck with work. Take care. Thank you for being here. Back now. I think it's good. Okay, great. Okay, we're back. Okay, yeah, that was not me. That was on Twitch side. I didn't drop any frames on my end. Every stream, yeah, for some reason. Whatever. As long as it's, you know, a minor inconvenience, I don't mind. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at the rewards of prosperity, right? Let's do it. King Israel, Your Highness, merchants are visiting the marsh from as far afield as Valmir and Atesh. Our quarterly figures are stunning. Ugh, merchants. I agree, but there is a small price to pay for the prices they pay. Your Highness, this marcher economist has an audacious idea for all this wealth. Call it an experiment. We give the peasants gold whether or not they're working. This will ensure a base level of comfort and security for all. Hell spells, what are you saying? That we should hand out cash for nothing? With respect, how is that different from barons receiving fees from their serfs? It's completely different, Your Highness. This lunacy cannot possibly be considered. What's happening in Chur? People are expanding their influence on provinces, and a bunch of alliances exploding. So... I'd love to implement this new economic strategy in the March, to be quite honest. I care enough for the peasants to do that. Yeah. I care enough for the peasants to do it. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, and it also worked in the north. So, yeah, we do it. We freaking do it. Let's be honest here. Arni is not as half as bad as you thought, huh? Huh? Come on, everyone. Vote, 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 vote. Barons, patricians. Do it, do it, do it now. He's doing this in the north? No. This has been done in the north in the past. And it worked. So why not do it in the March again, since we had the previous experience. Our character, Kaji also predicted that we'd end up kind of like in Arni. Have I? I don't remember that. Arni's just as bad as I thought because he took the throne through a violent coup. Reasonable. Alright, let's go. Implement this new economic strategy in the March. Many barons are furious, not only that, but other nobles watch anxiously, worried about this outrageous new strategy spreading elsewhere. But their fears are unfounded. Freed from at least some of the backbreaking worry of how to pay for the next meal, peasants praise the crown and the council. Farm owners treat their workers better than for fear of them leaving to work elsewhere. The sick and infirm no longer have to work themselves to death for coin. The march flourishes, though the barons give you no credit. When I posted that Pikachu meme about King Arni is what meant to be a joke. Oh, okay. A spot of heresy. Let's go. Dragon Pit. There you go. Your greatness, I'm stunned, outraged, and incensed. I've been summoned to trial by the Inquisition on some nonsense fabricated charge. They're saying a group of church missionaries went missing near my lands. The weather's cold around there. Anything could have happened to them. No one dares defend me on their own. They're too scared of the High Inquisitor. The trial is set, but the council must intervene, your greatness. Wait, what are you saying, Northwind? Robin takes a throne through a violent coup, and their line is beloved for generations, but when I, Arni... Okay. You're 15th? That's a good streak. Holy crap, that must be like 3 months or something. Alright. Though she remains silent, the council is keenly aware of the High Inquisitor's steely gaze from across the chamber. Okay, what do we do here? Part of me wants to find a witness, for the simple reason that this is kind of going against Dragon Pit's freedom of faith, you know? But when I do it, suddenly no one gives me credit or something. Barely been a part of the community for a month. Wow, okay! It feels like a lot of time, like a lot longer. I'm glad you've been having a great time and contributing so much, Astro Projectile. Thank you. We're expecting, right? What do you then do? C feels like you're fucked. I think he would definitely not help the Inquisition and then leave the council to decide. Oh, okay, I see. I didn't get that. Sorry, Northwind. Sorry. If he was caught killing missionaries, he suffers their resultant fate. Yeah. Yeah, of course. This is close. This might be the most this is probably the most contentious vote we've had. The most split vote we've had. 12 to 9. Still very, very close. Counting down from 5 here. So if you have not voted, vote now. Because these can be absolutely tied. 13 to 9. Counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. 13 to 10 in the end. Still very close. We search for a witness. You distribute a proclamation among the chiefs asking for witnesses of Dragon Pit's innocence. A northern villager eventually comes forward, saying he saw the missionaries heading in the direction of the frozen lake near Dragon Pit's estate. Indeed, they're soon found, wandering aimlessly through the featureless tundra, completely lost and snowblind, but alive. With no dead missionaries, the High Inquisitor is forced to drop the charges and pay compensation to Dragon Pit, who sends you a small gift in thanks. Thank you for the 200, Dragon Pit. I appreciate that. auction time! And we have a cathedral here. Look at that. We've got a cathedral. Alright, starting the auction. You got 1 minute, as always. Go. Exclamation mark fund, followed by the letter of the building you want to fund, followed by the amount of money you want to spend. Your options being raising faith for the barons with A, lowering stability with B, lowering military for the chiefs with C, lowering authority with D, lowering farming for the patricians with E, and lowering trade for the patricians with F. Yeah, right, Lurks, I'm very, very grateful that I got that 200. Oh my god, fast spear! Oh my god! Oh shit! Oh shit! 20 seconds left. So don't look at the clock on the game, look at what I post in chat, because there's stream delay. So 12, 11, 10 seconds left. I'll let you know there's 5 seconds left too. 5 seconds left now. Vote, vote, do the thing, do the thing. And the cathedral passes. Aren't you proud, Baspir? Aren't you proud? Wow, Lurk's trying the snipe there. Look at that. Coming in just a moment too late. So we got Reaper funding a Thieves Guild, lowering trade, and Baspir funding a cathedral. Both, no. Only Baspir being left with 0 money, raising faith. Good job. Good freaking job. You did it. It took you like 9 episodes, but you did it. The expedition to Chur. Right. Yeah, yeah. Watch Baspir sell blood to a witch. That could happen. Yeah, that could happen. The expedition to Chur. Let's do that. Your Majesty, have these plans those plans we discussed for the expedition to Chur. Are we almost ready to leave? Not quite, Your Highness. There are still important decisions to be made. Alright, show me. Second cathedral. Oh, okay. Second cathedral. So you got one at the very start. First, we'll need to decide who has the honor of building your ship. Tell me about the patrician's ship. They offer to construct a mighty galleon in your name. It will be pricey but unmatched in quality. Tell me about the chief's ship. Want to build a ferocious longship to cross the sea. It will be well built, but it won't accommodate much on board. Tell me about the Baron's ship. The martial lords are by no means expert ship builders, but they've offered to make a sturdy cog, and they'll do it for free. A galleon. That's just what I wanted. Incredible. I will buy a galleon. Very good, Your Majesty. Thank you, patricians. Can we proclaim Baspir a saint? I mean, you can discuss it and decide to do it. Why not? The sweating hood of seriousness. Second pirate nest. I remember you doing that, yeah. Next, we must decide who will crew your ship. Tell me about the volunteers. Unfortunately, the best of them come at a price. Experienced straight ship captains and their crews would be ideal, but won't be free. There are also those in the Navy who are equally experienced, but enlisting them would reduce our naval strength for a time. You could also levy amateur peasant crews or even use prisoners, but I don't know how much you could trust them to get to where they need to go. Yeah, we'll conscript a crew from the Navy. I'll make the arrangements. There's one more thing, Your Majesty. The ship will be large enough to house additional expedition members or store extra cargo you wish to send across the sea. Chance you're listening again, there's room on the boat to fit into options. Why not pay? Because I want to send military personnel. Like soldiers. That's why. The crew were levies from the Navy. This is not an expedition. This is not a supply run. No. How will this be affecting the Chur game, if at all? You'll see. Talk about this on Friday. But it's an expedition. It will affect it. Yes, it will. And these are going to be sent to enforce an ultimatum. Oh no, these are leaving anyway. These are leaving anyway. So, of course, I'm sure they will put the crew's mind at ease. And what will you choose for the final room of the ship? Yeah, exactly. A Royal Expeditionary Force means military troops for reasons. They're just there to make sure that you say, yes, we swear feal to the crown. Horses to have cavalry. That's a great point. There you go. Yeah. Fantastic. Hopefully the smell won't unnerve the crew too much. Fantastic. I think that's everything. I shall get to work immediately, Your Majesty. She picks up her scribbled notes and diagrams and hurries out of the room, her spectacles bouncing slightly on her nose. The ship is complete in record time. Clearly the patricians are eager to impress. You see it off from the harbor by the end of the season. The crew are eager and the ship looks sturdy. You can only hope they bring back something worth the investment, or come back at all. Vaspir have been probably the most pious noble in the march through generations. Can the church proclaim they're a saint? I mean, discuss it on Discord. I'm up for this. First of all, ask Vaspir if Vaspir is interested. Only 2. Honestly, this is kind of terrifying. It's supposed to be. What do you think I'm feeling? I have to go to sleep. People who need answers from me on Discord. I'm sorry I'm very stuck with RP with the new information. Linking RP with gameplay instead of gameplay to RP. Makes sense. This is not necessarily Darth and Doom. This is supposed to be the mother hath spoken. Sleep. Astro Projectile. Have a good night. Take care. See you on Friday. This is meant to be an intimidatory force. Oh, frogs again? Really? Is this me? Again, it's not me. It's frogs. Hell yeah, Livonian guy, that's awesome. I'm gonna read the lore after the stream or tomorrow morning. It's not much better. I know. I mean, oh, we're good. Okay, thank God. Again, this is Twitch. I'm not doing anything. The king's stance is pretty clear. The kingdom must stay united. War can be avoided. Come back and rejoin the kingdom. Swear fealty, and there will be no war. Like, I don't want war. I don't want war, but don't make me come down there. A Pasnik crisis. Alright, let's go. Exactly, Morgrim. Exactly. I am imagining something like, a little like, I expect you to swear fealty. Since you're busy over there, I'll send a representative you can swear fealty to. Just to make sure that you do. If you don't, a very convincing representative. Arni's a tyrant? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I really don't think so. Like, let's be honest here. What do you think would happen if in any, like, let's make an example, right? It's not a monarchy, but just to give you an example. Imagine the United States of America. Tomorrow, Illinois says, we're gonna be independent. What do you think that the government of the United States is gonna do? Do you think they're gonna be, oh, fine. Let's have some commerce. Let's trade and let's be happy. No, they're gonna send fucking military. What do you think would happen in any kingdom if parts of the kingdom declare independence. Pasnik! Welcome, Pasnik Prime. How you doing, man? Oh, how was the game, Pasnik? And Thrifty, welcome, sir. How you doing? I think we learned the answer to that in 1861. There you go. There you go. Yeah, more comparable to Britain. Yeah, good point. Yeah. Extension might not be working. We had some internet issues earlier. You're well? That's awesome. Wait. Holy moly. Ethan, if it was the Robin sending troops to Chur, I'd be fine with it. But this is Arni the Usurper we are talking about. Yeah, and you don't like Arni. That's been strongly established. Thank you so much, Ethan. I'm I'm glad that your rightful wrath makes you also kind. I really appreciate it, Ethan. Thank you so much for the 1,000 bits. That's more helpful than I can convey, truly. Thank you. I mean, Scotland is prime and latest example. The culprit arrested, the referendum annulled. If Hawaii said that alongside Alaska and Texas, the US would be in trouble. I don't know. Maybe. Thank you for the beauties anyway. I think so, Morgrim, yeah. Was fun watching them all being good at the game until not missing the goal 100 times. It was a chilly day in Chile. There was a Chilean guy from Santiago in on Easter Monday when we were grilling. He was taking care of the grill. Let's go. Got distracted here. Thanks again, Ethan, really. Thank you so much. Gunpowder smuggling. Let's do this. Your Highness, the Barons of the Marsh are attempting to amass a store of gunpowder. You know the explosive black powder from Kerr? Powder from those muskets and cannons we acquired. We have a special line for this? What the fuck? What is this game? What is this game even? Yeah, grilling and chilling on Monday. It was amazing. It was amazing, Pasnik. I'd never seen this. The powder from those muskets and cannons we acquired. Weird little chimins like that are great. What's a chimin? The very same. The barons have established contracts with Kurth merchants, no doubt at great expense. Without the coin to purchase more powder, however, their plot will fail. Unfortunately, the barons' trade is booming. They are no doubt stockpiling massive amounts of gunpowder. We bring the revelation which the barons wholeheartedly deny to the council. And not much we can do here. The thing is that if they had asked, we would have probably allowed them to get some gunpowder. The fact that they're doing it under our nose, you know, is what takes us to saying, yeah, nah. After strong political moves and with the kingdom so prosperous without hunger, poor to rally, his anger, the rebellion moment against King Arni the Usurper has gone underground, seeking to overthrow him by a scheme in the shadows. Yeah, right? That's it. That's it. Wow. Wow, okay. Okay. I see how it is. I see how it is. Okay. Well, let's go. Looks like it's gonna be C. Serious welcome back. Allow the barons to import whatever they please. The council takes an action. The barons smile to one another as they watch their plot march one step closer to the goal. Did you get that? March. And about your heir. Your marriage to Johanna is not what you'd hoped. She seldom sleeps in your bed, and over breakfast you exchange only a few frosty words before she departs to the chapel. The last thing on your mind is procuring an heir, but the needs of the kingdom must prevail. Congrats are in order, blah blah blah. We gotta get an heir, and we'll have a child together. The traditional method, no one will object to that. I'll arrange for you to take a month off from ruling so you can get down to business. Wait, what are you saying? Arni refused to state their thoughts on the pact, which I think has turned potential loyalists against them. Yeah, that could be a thing, yeah. That could be a thing. Let's go. Somewhere in the dark cellar, a nervous baroness is showing her guests a stupendous cache of explosive gunpowder. Behold! Great God! By my life, black gold dust, and what are those? Cannons, my good friend. Cannons and muskets too, courtesy of the Republic of Kurth. Much more than we got from Orid. They were very happy with our business. And again, one more custom line for that line of events. Just turn me away from Arni. That's reasonable, yeah. Now to decide what to do with all of it. Once we show our hand, there's no going back. Barons of the March, what do you want to do? Do you want to sneak the gunpowder under the palace and blow them all sky high, trying to raise stability? Or do you want to put all these cannons and muskets to good use and raise your own military? Both are basically done. So do you want to destroy the symbol of the previous Chain Pact? Or do you want to march on the capital? Yeah, the Longhouse Palace was built by Asgel, but it's where the Robins ruled. But it's gonna be destroyed, apparently. Okay. Okay, let's go. The palace is gonna fall. Sneak the gunpowder under the palace and blow them all sky high. Before we can sneak this stuff anywhere, we'll have to lull the king into a false sense of security. Not to mention the fact that roads need to be safe to transport. Alright. See you in 10 minutes, one viewer. That kind of comment is not accepted around here. Yeah, with a bang for sure. We'll destroy this usurper and rebuild the palace and the Chain Pact. We'll see. For the final stage of their scheme, the barons must keep stability at 10 for one full season. No, that was not a ban. That was a 10-minute timeout. So just so that people can think better of what they write. If Arni fails, is the expeditionary force still bound for Chur? Yes. Seated on a bench outside a sun-bleached villa, two patricians of the coast meet to plot their latest scheme. So, the expeditionary force is traveling to Chur no matter what. What happens with it is going to depend on what the next ruler does. But I think that unless there's some big change, the policy is going to stay very similar. But the ships are traveling. And for sure, if King Arni falls, they won't get notice of it until they get to Chur. So they will get to Chur, no matter what. Sitting on a bench outside a sun-bleached villa, two patricians of the coast meet to plot their latest scheme. The thrice-cursed king is still refusing to sell us any public land. It makes sense, the treasure is flush with coin right now. Patience, my friend. Let's bide our time until the king's gold runs out. Patricians need to just wait. Yeah, it would be that would be fun. So we just do a common tax here. Why not? The good word? And you try. Oh my god, not the crabs. Oh my god, not the freaking crabs. We cannot have the crabs though, right? We're still at war. And the kraken. Oh my god. So let's do the crabs first. We're gonna have to ban these things, right? Lord Patrician Lore Mason is here to see your majesty. He wants to sell you a crab. Of course he does. Wait, what? It's the latest trend along the coast, your majesty. The patricians have started keeping the species of jeweled crabs as a fashionable pet. The creatures are so rare that one can now sell for as much as a mansion. Yeah. The creatures are so rare, blah 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 blah. We need to ban this stuff, right? Isn't that so? Since we're at war. Yes! What's that mean? Thank you for seeing me, your majesty. I know the price is steep, but I assure you, these crabs will go only up in value. Oh, Arni does know about the crab war. Absolutely does. Banning failed last time, though? I don't remember. Can we get a ban for De Juan or whatever, please? Thank you. Thank you, Lurks. And you are at 2 tonight. I'll make the sale of jeweled crabs illegal. Of course, such a drastic measure will require a vote. You summon your council at once. Lurks is faster. What swindler? So... Huh. Oh no. Well, Howitzer, you specifically asked for it. It's not about the market. It's about the crab war. It's about the crab war. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. You ruined yourself, Howitzer. But yeah, I mean, it's just one stability. I think I'm doomed anyway, don't worry. Don't worry. Yeah, I doubt that this is gonna stop the plan. This is not tyranny, this is trying to save the kingdom from the crabs. Let's go. Ban the sale of jeweled crabs. Now that the sale of crabs is legal, the pinchy little creatures are more valuable than ever. Holy crap, that's actually -2. Gangs of crab smugglers spring up along the coast, murdering each other or Alright, we're back. Alright, we are back. We should be back. Are we back? We're back. Okay, welcome back. We back. Refresh. We're back. This was absolutely on my end. This was my internet crapping. So hi, welcome back. Sorry about that. And yeah, we just got -2 stability. By the way. Yeah. Please don't put the gunpowder down here. Alright. Yeah, we're good, we're good. We're good. Welcome back, everyone. Sorry about that. Thousands of fishermen stand hunting crabs instead of the fish that sustain the coastal diet. Alright. What's left? We have the Kraken. Yeah, let's do that. A Kraken, a real-life Honest-to-Ninth Kraken just outside my harbor off the western shore. We should send our navy to subdue the beast at once. A Kraken has every advantage in a sea battle, Your Majesty. Perhaps a lighter touch is preferable. It's said Kraken can be appeased by an offering of living creatures. Heretical nonsense. You cannot be considering this, Your Majesty. I mean, I am considering it. If the extension is not working, don't worry, it's gonna fix itself in a few minutes. You are still in the game. This happens every time that there are internet issues. People keep joining and joining and joining. You don't need to join. You are already in the game. You can vote and do everything, and the extension is gonna fix itself in a few minutes. So even if you see the extension not working, you're still in the game and can play. You're very welcome, Exocore. Also, welcome back, Alexa. Hi, how you doing? No need to apologize, Rafistol. It's just, I just want to make it clear, because some people just keep joining and joining and joining. So, hi Alexa, I hope you're well. So, what do we do? I don't think we let it be, right? I kind of think that Arni might want to go for the sacrifice because he doesn't care for Monarch's vote. Oh. What happens if the expedition sinks? Less troops will arrive. Let's go. Something will arrive though. Thought you said he loved peasants? Yeah, what about it? Wait, are we sacrificing peasants? No, right? We're sacrificing cattle, right? This is not a human sacrifice, right? It's goats. Okay, yeah, then we're good. See, I was very scared. Peasants eat cattle to live. They can eat other things. Alright, 10 to 13. This is actually super close. Look at these stats, by the way. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 9, 9, 9. Alright, count 13 to 13. This is a tie? Is A actually gonna succeed? Holy moly. I'm gonna count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Alright, nobody voted. Nobody voted. Okay. I mean, I think the lighter touch is preferable. If you feed the beast, it'll just come back. That's a good point, actually. That's a good point that I hadn't considered. Don't feed the crab's ally. Oh, you're right. Wait. We said last time that the Kraken has been sent by the crabs. Is that correct? Right? The Kraken just wants to party. The last Kraken got dealt with by the Navy, yeah. But help me remember here. Krakens are not friends of crabs? I thought it said in the summary. Let me check the summary. Yeah, a kraken sent by the crabs. There you go. Then I think we just send the navy. Yeah. If the kraken eats goats, they won't eat crabs. It was assumed the crabs drove the kraken towards the king. Oh, so it's not sure. So it's not sure. I'm very confused now. Listen, it's a tie. I said, let's go B. Let's just go B. Howitzer, I said it 1,000 times. Please don't spam all caps. Please don't spam all caps. I'm gonna start timing people out because I just... no, I did not side with the crabs. I did not side with the crabs. Apparently it's not linked to the crabs. A piece of kraken with a sacrifice. Dozens of goats and cows are rounded up and carted off to noble patrician Darthundu's hometown, where they're dumped unceremoniously into the water near their estate. The church's great anger, the bizarre plan works. The kraken presumably eats its fill and disappears back into the depths. Coastal villagers celebrate by burning kraken effigies and occasionally tossing their own goats into the sea. Hopefully you haven't just spawned a cult. Alright. What do they even mean by the crabs? Yeah, you'll find out. What ho, Arni? I've had an idea. As you know, the people of the Marches are quite pious. As a member of the royal household and an avid adherent of the church myself, I thought I might go back to my homeland for a time and take the opportunity to preach in your favor. You mean make me some kind of saint? Not exactly. I mean, unless they really start to like you, but support from the church can't be a bad thing, can it? Go forth and teach them. Yeah. Why the hell not? I mean, the March already hate me, so why not? Huzzah, I'll make the preparations immediately. Word spreads fast that the Queen Consort is planning a tour of the March. Thousands flock to the towns and villages where she plans to stop. Fuck. Unfortunately, they're mostly flocking to throw vegetables. The popularity of the church in the March clearly didn't amount to as much as Johanna had hoped. It's not long before she calls off the tour to return home, her tail tucked between her legs. Is this because of her trait? I thought there would be a role. I threw the vegetables. Is that because of her traits? Like, am I misremembering, or isn't there usually a role there? The chiefs are gathered in the empty council hall late at night. A new report from one of their spies has just come in. By Grahala's beard, the barons are stockpiling gunpowder of all things. They're sourcing it all the way from Kerr. Gunpowder? The explosive black powder? What are they planning to do with that? Only the gods know, but they will surely make their move soon, and the king still has yet to produce an heir. Oh, the trait can override it. Yes, it's because of her traits. I did not freaking know that. It traits are pompous, faith, and unpopular. Then it must be unpopular. I didn't freaking know. I thought there would always be a role, and that the traits affected it lowering it. That's cool. A bit harsh, but it's cool. Yeah, it's a bad hand. Perhaps it's worth changing tact. If it's too late for King Arni, we might want to get out while we can. Our only other option right now is to retake the throne by force if we think that Arni is too weak to hold it. But it's an all or nothing play. If we rebel now, all our goodwill will be gone. Not to mention a few our heads if we lose. We'll be back to square one. Chiefs of the North, what do you want to do here? Do you want to support the king by diverting some extra tax from northern peasants? Do you want to support the king with a propaganda campaign? Do you want to support the king by donating food in his name? Or do you want to stoke the fires and invent a reason to get angry at the king? What's your plan here, chiefs? What are the traits of Arni? Arni has a bunch of things, not specific traits. Like I wrote down character of sorts. Dear Chiefs, if you are a chief and you haven't voted, this is the time to do it. It's currently really close. It's 2-3. I'm gonna be counting down from 5 in a second. So, Chiefs, if you have not voted, get onto voting now. This can be tied, overturned, or confirmed. Counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, Chiefs, 1, and 0. It is indeed C. Support the king by donating food in his name, which raises stability. Morgrim, a moment too late. The gods are good. This should help Arni keep a good grip on the peasantry, but we can't do it all for him. The chiefs must continue to aid the king by countering the other region's schemes. They will win the game if blah blah blah. If the vote was still going on for you, Morgrim, I would strongly encourage refreshing. I think I'm gonna go with Iron Choice. No, I don't think Arni is one for Iron Choice. Yeah, no worries, Morgan. So, an unusual request. Let's take a look at this. Your esteemed highness, I recently arranged for the petrified bones of a long-dead giant to be imported to the coast from the north. Marley, what the hell? I'm seeking your blessing to all the Spice Festival in its ribcage. What's up with all these Spice Festivals? Y'all. Excuse me, a dead giant? Your Majesty, this is blasphemous. In the north, we believe the giants are the children of the gods. Should you get one up, take it from its homeland and profane its remains? It must not be done. I kind of agree. I mean, I'm a northerner myself. I strongly believe we should go B here. Strongly believe that. So I'm definitely gonna veto A. I'm not gonna give permission. I'm not gonna give permission. And I think we should go for B, but call for unity. For this one, it's definitely more than I don't want to give permission, because it's it feels blasphemous. Like Arni agrees with the assessment of these being blasphemous. So yeah. This is close, 7-8. Wow. It's almost a tie. 7-9. So yeah, if you haven't gotten to voting, vote. It's 8-9. 9-9. It's a tie. Look at that. Wow. 10-9 now. B is winning. 10-10. All right, I'm gonna count down from 5. So if you haven't voted, vote now. You can break the freaking tie. Counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 0. 12-10. Holy moly. You want to see? Oh my god, that would have been a tie. Order Leader British and Marley to return the dead giant to its homeland. Thank you for respecting our traditions, your greatness. Of course, Chief Pasnik Prime. The patricians predictably are furious. You've hit them where it hurts most. Their pockets. You gotta respect traditions. Traditions are important. Thrifty and Hesperus. Look at that. How do you expect me to take this seriously, you crack-brained simpleton? Shut your deaf mouth and give me what I am owed, you honorless dog. Calm down, both of you. This pimplehead lackwit expects me to pay her a huge quantity of gold just because her great-great-grandfather beat my great-great-grandfather in a foot race. A debt owed is a debt owed, is it not? Your esteemed highness, I only recently discovered this debt while coming through my ancestor's journal. Honor dictates that Baron Thrifty Tokens II is liable for his ancestor's debt. by the 9th. This is ludicrous. I demand we put this to a vote. Okay. Yeah, it's your money, and I cannot be neutral here. God freaking damn it. I kind of want to say cancel the debt here. You can dislike an event, that's absolutely allowed. Calling an event dumb is a bit disrespectful towards the people who wrote it. So think twice how you express your opinions, please. The neutral opinion option is to order him to pay? Really? Hesperus is really rich, and Thrifty is kind of rich too. 7,000. I think I'm just gonna let you do the thing. Yeah, of course. There's generally no reason to call for unity here. It's not like the the monarch has a strong preference over something or wants to unite the council over a specific option. It's just one of those situations where he would love to have it. Like if there was an opinion to be neutral and say you figure it out yourselves, I would have gone for the unity thing probably. I mean the nobles' argument as to why they should get the money. Okay, I see. I see. Thank you for clearing that up. I think it's it looks like it's gonna be B. I think it's all very coherent with the silly environment that reigns in the game, right? So we cancel the game here. Fantastic. Glad that the council sees reason on this matter. A debt is a debt. Does nobody care about honor anymore? Apparently not. Apparently not. Easing the tension. Your Majesty, nobles of the council. Tensions are running high, but the kingdom itself is stable. Perhaps it's time we forget our past troubles and come together as friends? What do you have in mind, Chancellor? We could exchange gifts or hold a friendly competition, a fashion show perhaps, or a game of riddles. Your Majesty, why don't we hold a vote on a team-building exercise to help you and the council trust each other again? Alright. A fashion show, of course. I think calling for unity would be a sign that the monarch is saying we should be united over this trivial matter. And Arni doesn't like trivial matters. Precisely. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Please stop calling for unity or other freaking laws of the land. Let me think with my own brain. What would I do it? What would I do here? I'm just gonna start book because I don't want to think. Boom, there you go. Yeah, they're calling for Call of Unity, and that is actually making it really hard for me to think because I'm really tired. So I stopped thinking. There you go. I may have called for Unity if you hadn't asked me to call for Unity. Well, may that be a lesson. God damn it. I'm very tired, so please let me think before shouting commands at my face. Alright. This is if this had been called for unity, Absolutely, this would have been the best split ever. I'm gonna count up from 5 here. 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Boom. But what if they were planning these all along so you don't call for unity? Then that was very well played. I've never seen a game of Reels before, and you won't see it this time either. This is... okay. Yeah, true unity, right? Well, whatever. Why not D? Because I don't think it's a stupid idea. Right? I don't think it's a stupid idea. Yeah. I just want to not go back to an age of war. And in fighting, sell me on your guy. What makes you think he can hold the throne and keep things stable? I should sell you on my guy? He's the freaking chosen of Valtor. That should be more than enough. 666, yeah. Arni probably would go for gifts here. A capital idea. Gift givers and recipients are plucked at random from a hat. You're assigned to receive a gift from Lady Patricia and Alexa Arnel and give the gift to Chief Don Gio. What do you buy for Lady Patricia and Alexa Arnel? Alexa, what do you want? Huh? Alexa, what do you want? If you're still here. Are you still here, Alexa? A private zoo is apparently an option, yes. Sorry. Sorry you didn't mute the microphone. I actually have never seen the zoo either. The Baron would love that, yeah. I think I might go for the zoo. Why the hell not, yeah. Alexa, I don't think it's in chat anymore, so let's freaking go with the zoo. Yeah. Let's do it. You give Lady Patricia and Alexa Arnel dozens of cages filled with all manner of exotic beasts, gorillas, elephants, hippos, scorpion cats, and more. By sea and storms, this is certainly generous, but the upkeep costs alone are astronomical. Sorry, Alexa, I didn't mean to ruin you. Though expensive to maintain, the zoo does attract plenty of tourists to the coast and is an excellent producer of manure for coastal farms. There we go. Origin story. Scorpion cats are real? In Australia they are, yeah. Just like snake ducks or whatever. The cobra ducks. Is that what they're called? Cobra birds? Wait for a gift from Chief Don Gio. You wait and wait, but your gift does not arrive. Apologies, Your Greatness, I simply didn't have the cash to spare, and I resent you for putting me in this position. What the fuck, Don Gio? You don't give me a gift, and then you blame me? You asshole. You asshole. Cobra chicken, there you go. Oh, they're Canadian. God damn it. I'm sure you have them in Australia too. Check his wealth, good point. 1100. Yeah, that's reasonable. That's reasonable. Alright, let's go. End the season. Crab smuggling, your heir, plague of rats. So, I think I'm fucked. But let's go with my heir first. Yeah, let's go with my heir. Your request for an heir is finally complete. You stand before the council holding a small child in your arms. Should I die, as my crown be passed down to? The council is filled with nervous silence. My daughter. The assembled nobles break out into polite applause. My designating an heir, you've cemented the stability of the kingdom. Your August Majesty, may I be the first to congratulate you on the birth of your daughter? What is her name? Thank you, Sparse Corruption. I hadn't even seen you. Welcome. Arni II. Marvelous, your esteemed highness. I'm sure little Arni II will grow up to be a chief of the old block. Imagine if the Pats win. If the Patricians win, it means that we're gonna be here playing until tomorrow night, probably. It's gonna be a 24-hour stream. Congrats on finding an heir. Now you just need to fulfill your ambition and blah blah blah. So, Plague of Rats. Plague of Rats. That's what we were all afraid of. Spartanus manager maid strides into the council chamber, distraught, waving a dead rat by its tail. Look at this nerd. I love this. The fields and barns of the march are overrun by vermin, and we've no more poison for these horrible things. We can't cope anymore. Okay. Okay. I mean, we definitely don't want the march to handle this alone, right? Send in the cow. I think we are adventurous. We have money. We have freaking money. Alright. Why'd you like A? No. Cooperate. You should cooperate. You should work together. The crown actually wants to solve the kingdom's problems. Look at people being drawn to B just because it has the stability symbol. Doesn't D raise stability too? I think so, right? Why not cats? Because adventurers are more efficient than cats. Arni is a very secretive monarch. He has strong opinions and deeply believes in the prophecy that put him on the throne, yet he stays silent about his opinions, and through many gifts seeks to keep the nobles guessing. What they don't know, they can't oppose. Bingo! Bingo! That's what he hopes, at least. Alright, gonna count down from 5 here. 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Let's go. Hire some adventurers. Luckily, the Adventurers Guild has an entire branch dedicated to vermin control as part of their leveling up initiative. Don't worry, Your Majesty, you can rely on I, Grasvaldo the Glorious, and a party of merry adventurers to clear out these rats for you. Later, the adventurers are wiped out battling some kind of rat king in a sewer, but the rodent population has gone down. Oh, that does not raise stability. Okay. I thought it would. Yeah, he's trying. He's really trying. He's not evil. The glorious... Yeah, it is. Greetings, Your Majesty. Ever since the sale of jewel crabs was outlawed, crab smugglers are damn near taking over the coast. To make matters worse, the local sheriffs are so deep in the smugglers' pockets, they might as well be linked. Tell me more. Rival smugglers are murdering each other on the beaches. It's carnage out there. Okay. Honestly, Arni sees himself as a good ruler. Like, he took away a tyrant and is ruling in his opinion, in a better way for the kingdom. So let's see. Send a strongly worded reprimand to the local sheriffs. Nope. Banning crabs isn't working. Legalize it. Appoint a new group of trustworthy sheriffs focused solely on crab-related crime. That sounds good. Hire a sea wizard. God. The sea wizard. A sea wizard. I think we know what happened with the sea wizard. Right? Yeah, exactly. Last time we sent the wizard, we had giant crabs. Remember your history. This was recent history too, so... So yeah. Yeah, that's recent history, so we know about it. We absolutely know. So I'm gonna veto D. Gonna veto D. And let you vote. Crab Sheriffs then. Crab Sheriff. That's a fun name. Instead of a star, they have a little crab pin, you know? Yeah. The crab timeshare. And it looks like it's gonna be C, which would be my choice too, to be quite honest. Appoint a new group of trustworthy sheriffs focused solely on crab-related crime. I wanted crab sheriffs last time. I'm glad you got them now. The new crab squad proves a great success, arresting dozens of crab smugglers within their first month. They invite you to personally inspect their confiscated goods, proudly showing off a heap of sparkling crabs, tall as a house. You watch solemnly as they are set on fire. What? The smell is delicious. Wow. Still, we haven't even finished the game. Hold the crap on. Jesus, let the game finish. Livonian guy, thank you so much for being here. I hope you had a good time. Have a great one. Take care, have a good night, and hopefully see you on Friday for our little grind strategy playtest thing. Alright. This is glorious. Let's end the season. And we have an auction that can lower stability. Look at this. Well, if you haven't, so still, if you haven't panic attacks, considering stepping out, and resting, and you know, making sure you're fine. There's another layer to this: is that he's trying his best at exactly what puts him at risk of being blown up. Yep. So yeah, if you're having a rough time, consider closing the stream and taking care of yourself. Still. Oh no, I got no money from the cathedral. Yeah. All right, so this is probably gonna be the last vote of the night. So let me read the options here really clearly. I'm expecting these to be pretty one-sided, but if you want to support King Arni, who's doing his best, you should fund C, which is a prison. I think this will go on. I don't think so. But if you want to support King Arni, you should vote for C and lower stability. You should fund everything on C. If you don't want that, if you want to overthrow King Arni, you need to pick 2 other buildings and fund them more than people are gonna fund C. No, Arni does not want to lower stability. People who want to support Arni should lower stability. The auction is a little bit weird for us. We don't strictly follow things. Let's go. Let's start the auction in 3, 2, 1, and 0. Boom. Your options are raising faith for the barons with A, lowering military for the barons with B. Yami Phoenix, welcome, hi. Lowering stability with C, lowering trade for the chiefs with D, raising trade for the patricians with E, and lowering authority with F. If you want to support King Arni, vote C. If you want to overthrow King Arni, vote 2 other buildings. Currently, the two most voted buildings are A and E. Yeah, and I think that's gonna stay the case, to be quite honest. But yeah, if you wanna support King Arni, you gotta vote for C. 20 seconds left, so fund now. E and A are still winning. 10 seconds left. Thank you for the follow, Yaman Flex. Gotta find C if you want a King Arni. 5 seconds left. This is your last opportunity. And boom! E and A pass, as expected. So, we have King Israel and King Israel. Oh, wow! Oh, wow. Look at that. King Israel swearing fealty to the crown and then contributing to overthrowing the king. Wow. Look at King Israel with the double whammy. I don't think I've ever seen this. Good job. Holy crap. This is so good. This is so freaking good. Building a cathedral and a grand bazaar. Holy moly. King Israel. Big applause. A big applause. Yeah, you have 0 money. Now you are actually broke. Congrats. Let's go. And let's see what happens here. Too quiet. You wake up to birdsong from outside your bedchamber windows. All is right in the world. Head downstairs for breakfast. Putting on your dressing gown and slippers, you hobble down the spiral staircase of your tower. Though you're expecting your advisors to come pestering you with problems, it's peaceful. Almost too peaceful. Have a look around the... Well, we're gonna go to breakfast. The spring has dawned, and it's autumn. You shrug your shoulders and head towards the Great Hall. Ah, shit. Too late, I think, Morgan. Your breakfast is already laid out for you, of course. Alongside settings for Johanna and Princess Arni II. Good morning, Your Majesty. A pleasure to see you, as always. Of course it can, King Israel. Bang, bang, motherfuckers. Yes, good morning. You're talking to the breakfast. Porridge, mutton, fresh berries, and garlic mushrooms. A breakfast fit for a king. Later, as you sit back in your chair and rub your belly with satisfaction, you can't help but think, it's good to be a king. It's the very last thought that enters your head. Out in the capital, a young woman opens her window to empty a chamber pot into the street. In an instant, she's knocked backwards by a shockwave coming from the palace. There's a flash of light as a colossal cache of gunpowder detonates. Windows are shattered and shutters are blown open. Dust and smoke billows down the streets, shrouding the city in utter darkness. Later, all that remains of the royal palace is a smoldering crater. It's not long, holy shit, before the barons march into the capital and restore order. No one in the kingdom dares challenge them after the display of power. Historians of the future are quick to note one silver lining to the cloud of soot and death that comes at the end of your reign. At least, you didn't suffer long. Good game. GG everyone, and congrats to the barons for managing. Grab the win. Yeah, the axe foretold doom, I agree, yeah. Boom! King Arni's reign ended not with a whimper, but with a bang. Unable to keep their puppet on the throne, the chiefs were forced to retreat to the frozen northern brood. It wouldn't be long before a new northern claimant would arise, and when they did, the chiefs would be ready. The patricians' attempt to buy the kingdom ended in failure. Bankruptcies were filed, marks were scratched in secret ledgers. The risk-reward calculus was unfavorable. Perhaps next time. All that remained of the palace, and of anyone who opposed the Baron's rule, was a smoking crater. The other nobles were too shocked to protest as Rudolf improvised a throne from an armchair and ordered reconstruction to begin. And we have King Arni moneybags, of course. Of course. And we have Ephra being the richest, Kana being the poorest. And this is King Rudolf. Look at that. Good job, everyone. Yeah, now you need to have a talk about Rudolf. Yep. True lurks, yes. Yeah, you just stay there brooding. All motivated because of the Chain Pact, the ideals of the pact led to an alliance, just like what the pact is all about. That's true. That's true. Now I'm curious to see what comes. Or do you want the axe to be delivered? I still have it. Just toss it in the sea. Well played, Kaji. Finally, the story arc of the Longhouse Palace gets its own poetic irony ending. Right? That's so true. That's so true. Yeah. Blown up by the chiefs and created by the chiefs. And then it gets blown up again during a chief usurper's reign. What was Arni's traits and beliefs? I didn't write traits and beliefs like I used to do with the other monarchs, but basically what I wrote down was allied of monsters. Since he allied with the Ultrander, he would have treated every monster and weird creature with kindness, like Edel, for instance, or Finfolk and Ultrander. Freedom of religion, confident, as chosen of Valtor. He's against tyrants, so he was strongly against any tyranny. Didn't want trivial matters to be discussed and intervenes only if serious, and respected peasants. And then the things that I already said. Yeah. the blue air curse, you're right. We'll see. We'll see if King Rudolf is better. With the independent support of this monarch, that change anything? I don't know, I need to think about it. I don't have an answer now. I need to think about it. But for sure there will be troops outside of the, like, arriving in Shur at some point. Rudolf is the rightful monarch according to the Chain Pact? Because Robin the Seventh is a baby? I don't know. To put a more unflattering note on the interpretation, people who oppose the pact would see it as a bunch of fools causing chaos and probably killing people for the sake of a dead woman's... Wait. People who oppose the pact would see it as a bunch of fools causing chaos and probably killing people for the sake of a dead woman's words on a piece of paper that's been defined twice already. Defied twice already, yeah. Ethan! Rudolf may not be a Robin, but he will have to do. That's for sure. Thank you so much for the 300 bits, Ethan. You've been incredibly kind tonight. Thank you so much. I hope you had a good time. What did Arni truly think of the Chain Pact? He respected it. He respected it. He didn't want to openly agree to the Chain Pact, because if the Chain Pact had produced an heir, then there must be something wrong about it. But he respected it as a structure, and he followed its spouse selection thing. I just read Arni's traits, Eumenes. I'm glad he's not a Robin family monarch. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, Arni actually respected the Chain Pact, the origin of the Chain Pact. He was more on the side of a reform of the Chain Pact than of a break. I think if he openly agreed with it, he'd have more of a chance. Only a little bit more, but more. That's how history goes, right? It's all right. It was fun to know this secretly and not tell you. Didn't his uncle hate the Chain Pact though? His uncle? I don't know. I don't know if that's true. And you know, people are different. God, there are like brothers that are so different from each other. So. I mean, he did not. If you think about it, it was also an experiment at seeing how the nobles would act. Like, the monarch actually followed what the Chain Pact said in his actions. So he probably wanted to see if the nobles would follow him without the label of the Chain Pact. You know, like, if the nobles had been truly following the Chain Pact spirit, they would have realized and would have probably followed him. But they did not. So what does that tell about the nobles? Right? Do they need the label of Chain Pact in order to follow somebody? Even if they are acting exactly as the Chain Pact asked? So, yeah, he did mess up with the Honor Guard. That was the only thing that he did different from the Chain Pact, because he did not trust the other regions. Yeah. But yeah, that's why Winsong was following him the whole time. Winsong was attentive, right? But at the end, the only thing Sorcha wanted was stability and not the stat stability. Yeah, but the continuity of not blowing up the palace. Sorry. Yeah, except for the last monarch, as I said. He saw his as a tyrant, and it's not like he did it on his own. Most of the nobles helped him out, so it's not like he was the bad guy overthrowing the previous king. And the honor guard, I know, I explained why. Oh, that's true. Sweet, yeah. But yeah, I'm just throwing thoughts to you, you know? So that you can have more conversations. I didn't follow it to begin with, so I was fine. Man tried to be a reformer, but died being known from the previous king biggest act of tyranny. Yeah. Arni not choosing the honor guard meant you did not follow exactly as the Chain Pact acted, and because he did not trust other regions, you feel it following the true spirit of the Chain Pact. That could be, yeah, that's a great analysis. I don't know if that is exactly what has ruined him, but yeah, that's a great observation. All right. That's probably Darth and Doom. Yes, people despise Robin, but they'll still take revenge on his usurper. Yes. Yeah. All right. So now I will encourage y'all to have a little conversation on who this monarch is here, who King Rudolph is. And what he wants, you know, you of the spring, dawn of spring. I would encourage you to have a conversation on that. And by the way, people said, what about the independents helping? The independents were not supposed to vote since you're independent. So if you have voted, that's against being independent, so it's not gonna count. If you're independent, you don't care about the politics of the kingdom, so your support doesn't really matter. Crown's goal of the monarch, it just stays there. All right, because there is going to be a huge flurry of diplomatic nightmares from Arni and his declaration of the independence. How do we chart that territory? More specific question, please. I'm not sure I understand what you mean by that. The Dawn of Spring faction was formed by barons in a grand affair with words given to honor and justice against a traitor. Yet they turned to the dishonorable tactics of gunpowder to replace a good king with nobody. They're troubled, and I can see many people looking down on them in the history books. I'm curious to see what will come out of that. Alright. Alright. No, Bubble didn't say anything, I think. I don't remember. Alright. Alright. This was good. This was good. The kingdom is in chaos. The kingdom is in absolute chaos, and we ended with a -5 deep to stability, which is very significant of how chaotic the start of the next kingdom, of the next reign is going to be. So let's see how this goes. Let's see if the kingdom can finally find some more stability. The regions are thriving, but the kingdom is not at peace. Can we find it next time? Find out in episode 10 of the Chain Pact Dynasty. Thank you for playing. See you next Wednesday.